Zondervan presents Dear Lady, Book 1 in the Coming to America series by Robin Lee Hatcher. Read by Pam Ward. To a few of my own dear ladies, Pamela, Christine, Debbie, Darlene, and Kathy, special friends who have enriched my life. Michaeline and Jennifer, my daughters, my treasures. God bless you all. Preface. To my readers. Dear Lady was written in 1996 for the general romance market and was published in 1997. Since then, God has called me into a deeper walk of faith, as well as calling me to use the talents He entrusted to me in a new and better way, writing novels that share my hope in Christ. I was delighted when Zondervan expressed interest in revising and reissuing my Coming to America series, because I'm fond of these stories. While you will not find the faith message as overt in these books as you will find in the novels that I've written specifically for Christian publishing houses, I believe you will find the stories entertaining and uplifting. One of my goals as a writer is to make my characters true to life, with all the faults and foibles that real people have. Unbelievers and Christians alike make mistakes, make foolish choices, fall into sin. I don't know any perfect Christians, and so I don't write about them. What I always hope to share is that we have someone to call upon who is perfect, someone who can take who we are and what we do and turn it into good when we trust in Him. In His Grip, Robin Lee Hatcher. Prologue. April 1897. America! The word rushed through the belly of the great steamship like the mighty winds that blew across the Atlantic. America! Elizabeth Wellington grabbed hold of the hands of her two friends, her heart hammering with mingled joy and fear. America, she whispered, testing the country's name on her lips. She exchanged glances with Mary Malone and Inga Lindbergh and recognized the same feelings in their eyes. They rose together to become part of the surging crowd, hurrying to get their first glimpse of land in 2 weeks. 2 weeks of cramped quarters, little privacy, poor food, and the smells of salt water and seasickness. On deck, a bitter wind cut through Beth's gown and shawl, raising gooseflesh on her arms, but she paid it no heed. She couldn't have turned back anyway, not with the other steerage passengers pressing her forward. Inga's grasp tightened on Beth's hand. Look! She pointed with her free hand. The statue. Saints be praised, Mary whispered in awe. Will you look at that? Sure, and I've never seen the like, milady, have you? For several weeks, Beth had been reminding Mary that she was no longer milady, that she was simply Beth Wellington, an immigrant to America like nearly everyone else on board the RMS Teutonic. But as she stared at the Statue of Liberty in New York Harbor, she forgot to scold. She was too overwhelmed. What would she find in this new country? Was she right to have run away from everything and everyone she'd ever known? From England? From Percival? Had she made a terrible mistake coming to America? Beth had spent her entire life at Langford House, never venturing farther away than London for the season. She'd grown up surrounded by the familiar, by things and people she knew as well as she knew herself. She'd known the food she would have every morning for breakfast. She'd known the mood her father was in with a single glance. She'd known the turning of the seasons and what each one would bring. The 10 days she and Mary had been in Southampton before departing on the ship, followed by the 2 weeks at sea, had often seemed like an odd dream, one from which she might awaken at any moment. But suddenly she realized she wasn't going to wake up because this was real. She had severed her ties with England. America was her new home.